Let's welcome in golf expert Patrick McDonald to talk about this. Again, if you're just joining us, Charlie Woods committing to Florida State. Patrick, give us the year that he's joining because he's not a senior right now.
Yeah, so he's class of 2027. So following the graduation from high school, he should be there at Florida State. And like you mentioned, Miles Russell, the #1 junior right now in the game of golf, also committed to Florida State. So putting together a pretty good recruiting class for a team that just fell short there in 2024 in the NCAA's behind Auburn, of course, going head-to-head there in the match play portion of the event. So it's a big get for Florida State, I think. Like you mentioned, going to stay somewhat close to home, certainly closer than Stanford, like his dad went with them living in Jupiter. But I think Woods doing this is certainly an exciting thing for him, and to be alongside the top-ranked guy in his class, it could be kind of an iron sharpened iron situation.
Yeah, a lot of great competition there. As mentioned, 21st ranked when it comes to junior golfers. Where's his game right now? How much has it improved recently?
Yeah, we've seen Charlie a lot in the PNC Championship kind of since he was, I want to say, 11 years old. And this past summer, these past 2 years, it seems like it's really taken a nice step in the right direction. He's qualified for the U.S. Junior 2 years in a row. He won a TaylorMade Invitational, which is kind of an upper-class AJGA Invitational event, which is the main circuit for the top junior golfers. He won one of those. He's top 10 in his class as well ranked, and so helped his high school team win a state title with the low round there also. So his game has really come along in recent years, and from what we've seen from the PNC Championship, and with a lot of these young junior golfers, Amanda, I mean, they can just absolutely move the ball off the tee, touching a $180 in terms of ball speed, if not faster. So the game has really come along quick for Charlie Woods, and this commitment's indicative of that.
Charlie Woods, just 17 years old. He actually turned 17 just a couple days ago on February 8th. So kind of give us a projection of where you think maybe once he gets to Florida State, what that may look like for him. He's already ranked 21st when it comes to juniors. And a lot of these talented golfers, if they do extremely well in college, they don't necessarily finish there. We've seen a lot of those guys like Jordan Spieth and stuff like that who've gone to Texas, Oklahoma State. What do you think the future holds for him as far as his career at Florida State?
Well, the point of college for a lot of these guys, like you mentioned, Amanda, is to become a professional golfer. And the PGA Tour has done a really good job opening a pathway through PGA Tour University and giving the top college guys access to different ranks of the professional level, whether it's PGA Tour Americas, whether it's access to deeper stages of Q School as well. And then, of course, the PGA Tour and Korn Ferry Tour, too. And so you look at the notable Florida State golfers on this list. One that isn't is a PGA Tour youngster in Luke Clanton, who has just gone up through the ranks, who has gone through Florida State, who has really made a splash on the PGA Tour in his first year, carding a couple runner-up finishes, and now he's kind of getting his feet underneath him in his professional level. So clearly they understand what it takes for these guys to get to the next level, so it seems like a great spot for him.
And if anything, we know that the Seminoles are very glad to have Tiger Woods be showing up to those tournaments. Yeah. Maybe even a practice or two. Patrick, we appreciate your time joining us for this developing news when it comes to Charlie Woods, again, committing to Florida State. He will be a freshman there in 2027. Speaking of the PGA, this weekend we have the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am coming up. You can watch it Saturday and Sunday starting at 3 Eastern on CBS and Paramount+. No surprise, Scottie Scheffler above and beyond the favorite to win this tournament.
Come 2027, Charlie Woods will be off to college, and he's going to Florida State. Tiger's son committing to the Noles, where if you take a look at NIL and you're curious, he's going to make a pretty penny. The NIL valuation is $2.5 million, which of course puts him at #1 among high school golfers. And Charlie has these shoes to live up to if he wants to be like how his dad was in college. We remember Tiger at Stanford, won 11 tournaments over just 2 years of play. First team All-American, both years he was there. Won the individual NCAA championship in 1996. And man, Urkel, the nickname that he received, and just the throwback photo of Tiger brings back all those vibes of how good he was at the collegiate level, and that's what his son Charlie has to live up to. We now bring in Jason Sobel. And Jason, how do you feel about this? Charlie Woods of Florida State. First off, just your thoughts of him picking his collegiate home.
Yeah, so Zach, I've been reticent over the last few years to even talk about Charlie Woods. He's a kid. Let him be a kid. Let him grow up. Let him play golf, and let him do it in at least relative privacy, even though he has a very, very famous father in the world of golf. That said, he put himself in the public spotlight yesterday, committing to Florida State, just turned 17 a couple of days ago. And look, all I have to say is congratulations to Charlie. I love that he's forging his own path. And I'm sure Tiger said, hey, what about Stanford? I went there. It's a pretty good school. I love that Charlie is at least not trying to follow in Dad's footsteps, doing something a little different. He's going to have Trey Jones, a fantastic coach at Florida State, who, of course, worked with the likes of Brooks Koepka and Daniel Berger, both of whom are on the PGA Tour right now. He's going to have a fantastic teammate in Miles Russell, who's one of the best young junior players in the country, who's also committed to Florida State. And I think Charlie's going to be a good player moving forward, and we'll see. Look, there's a lot of really good young players who are 16, 17 years old right now who are going to be in college in a few years, and we'll see. Maybe he's going to be really good. Maybe he's pretty good. Maybe he's not. But I can't wait to find out.
He's at least going to make a lot of money via NIL, that's for sure, no matter how well he does in the start of his collegiate career. A question for you here, though, and let's try to project into the future. What do you think is more likely to happen first? Charlie playing a PGA Tour event, getting an exemption somehow, or Tiger coming back from all those injuries to play?
Well, maybe it'll be a LeBron-Bronny situation here where they want to play together, and maybe they'll even pair them together in a PGA Tour event at some point. Probably not going to be too soon, but maybe not too far away. I don't think Tiger wants to wait that much longer. I do think we'll see Tiger Woods sooner than we'll see Charlie playing in a PGA Tour event. Hopefully as soon as this year's Masters, which is, less than 60 days away. So can't wait for that. Can't wait to find out if Tiger indeed can go out and play. We've heard rumors that maybe he'll be teeing it up at TGL pretty soon. All that said, on a serious note, I remember back in the day spending time with Sam Saunders, the grandson of Arnold Palmer, and Sam would talk about, hey, a lot of people out here on the PGA Tour, they don't like the fact that I'm getting all these exemptions. They're putting me in tournaments not because of who I am, but because of who my grandfather was. Charlie would do a good thing for himself to seek out some advice from Sam at some point, just having to deal with the whole, not only are you trying to make it in your own world as a PGA Tour player, professional golfer, but trying to live in the shadows of somebody else, a more famous relative, and being handed stuff in the game. I'm sure Charlie's going to try to forge his own path, but he's always going to be Tiger's kid no matter what.
Yeah, certainly a whole very interesting portion of the wrinkle to the entire story.